Well, here's another do-it-yourself parlor guitar kit. This is how it came to me, with the tailpiece, bridge, screw-on, pick guard, tuners at work, missing fret, and there are, looks like 3 holes drilled in this missing fret area. So it actually came to me with these things just basically taped on. The back was off. Guitar Detective is on the job. And the neck was loose. Not only because the back was off, it was loose in its dovetail joint. I'll show you how I dealt with that in a minute. The thing about this guitar is it's a Fender. It's interesting, it looks backwards when I look at it in this, with the steel reinforced neck. It's a harmony guitar. They were made for Fender during the folk boom of the early and mid 60s, when Fender was only making electric guitars. They needed to get with the program on acoustics like Dylan and Baez and people like that. So they got these from Harmony. Here's the fixture board. It's going to be used probably throughout. Fixture board, relief for a bridge and relief for a neck. Remember, when I got this, it was loose. There's a gap, there's a little gap here, and it's kind of loose, and this looks like it's separating a little bit right here. And somebody took the back off. There's 3 holes drilled here. That's the big clue. They pulled the fret and drilled 3 holes. But the neck is loose and it wasn't off. So basically, I knew the neck was loose. Put it on my fixture. Take this piece of leather covered wood, put it on here, and that's all it took. There was one piece of this dovetail joint that was not loose. This piece right here. So when I snapped it, it broke that piece loose, and it's pulled it out, and it's right here. I just picked it up off the floor. This piece will go back in here, it'll get glued in, and we can move on down the road. People failed at the erroneous task of steaming the neck off. I've been doing this since '64. Never steamed a neck off. It's usually indicative of other warpage problems, which I fix instead. If we look at this, you can see the 3 holes, but the 3 holes missed the dovetail joint. The 3 holes are here. So he basically drilled 3 holes, and you can see him if you look carefully. Right here along this edge, he ended up with 3 holes. He stuck the pressure cooker tube with the basketball inflator down in there, hoping to liquefy the glue and pull the neck out. By the way, when you do that, break this joint first or you're never going to get anywhere. He failed. Whoever it was failed. They ended up taking the back off to get a clue. You can't see anything from the back. You have to take the neck off to get a clue. So I bought it for $61. The inside is beautiful. It's all birch except for this bridge plate. It's obviously maple. It's heavily braced. We're going to change the bracing on the guitar. back is heavily braced too, heavily braced. Give me a break. It's a 8043 1000, whatever that is. One other interesting part about this is if we turn it over, the arch on the back of this guitar is just from space. I mean, it's really arched. I'm going to take some of that arch out there. I'm now thinking that they took these things from, these are called the rims. They've taken this with the rims and the top glued to a giant belt sander and gone, or more like this. It's only tapered from here back. I think it was done by eye. This shows some water, like it's been near water but not soaked or anything like that. And it may have something to do with the warpage. We're going to remove the warpage. This fixture allows me to look at the top. The top is really almost completely flat. The top is really fine. The finish is fine. I'm going to try to save the finish, save the logo, and rebrace the guitar. So I'm going to shoot this. There was a nick here. I filled it in with magic marker. This is going to get hit with clear as soon as possible, and it'll probably get refretted. So that's the sketch of what it's headed for. It's a high-end piece of pickguard material. This will become black, the bridge, and the rock and roll will be taken out. Woof. Ooh, hey, it's a chunk of spruce. It's aged or something. Some of it's, this one's regular. This one's kind of aged, and these are torrified, meaning they've been baked. Oh, 1 minute, please. Had to change the blade. Well, it's not going to saw all the way through. I could chop the end off. Cut up a few more and turn them into top braces. I'm going to cut these so that the center brace, believe it or not, yes, the brace running right down the middle, will go here. So I'm going to relieve the cross braces. This one will go one will go here. They'll be radically reduced in size and configuration. Then we will relieve here, 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 and here to get the top to move. I'm cutting these reliefs right now. I'm starting them with a hobby hacksaw here. And I'll finish them up with a blade I hold in my hand. The critical thing here is to make sure that the center brace is between the two bridge pins. So I may do some preliminary hole drilling and all like that. We'll see. Well, we've gone through some stuff here. First, I've had to calculate the scale length after intonation, which is a certain amount, 3/16 over 24 inches, 24 3/16. So I locate this way. Then I've proceeded to try to center the bridge, both by projecting each side of the neck and also checking to see if it's centered that way. And it is. The whole thing is this center brace that's got to get between these two bridge pins. It's a radical idea. What I've done next is I've drilled the holes all the way through this so that once I locate it here, I can telegraph my friends for money. No, I'm going to come on now. Who's the wise guy? All right. Well, you rascal. My braces have to run through those holes, so I'm going to have to locate them more precisely. Yeah, we did good. It's right where I cut the holes already. So, anyway, this one's critical. The other two will fall outside of the bridge pins, so I don't have to worry about them. But this one center one is key to my technology. So, this is the existing lateral bracing that's been modified because I do not want it to be as robust as it was. This is scalloped bracing. Even though it's ladder bracing, they're scalloped like crazy. There's the two holes that show the location of the bridge pin. I'm not doing that brace. These are the braces that move, plus the maple bridge plate. It's pretty strong. It would be too strong without relieving the braces where the scallops are. So I have laid the 3 fan braces in, and these 2 braces that will finally keep the top from distorting. There's also going to be a plate added here. There's not much sound going on back here. These have to be notched to fit down in there, profiled and scalloped to keep lightening the stiffness and yet keep it from warping. Last brace.
developing. So, there they are. My only concern is whether the top will have enough movement. So I'll carve on them a little more and glue them in place. It may be time to clean up my bench. This is mostly the thrash results from bracing the top, but there's a mustache bridge in there and rubbing compound from a previous project, so I'll clean it up. Then we'll glue the braces. This is the end of part 1, I think.